friends. Happy Tuesday of Thanksgiving break. I was not even on social media yesterday, like at all. I don't know why. It was just a crazy day. I feel like it was like 8 o'clock before I even like sat down. We are up bright and early this morning because we have appointments today. We have therapy for our foster baby, and so yay for insurance finally getting that approved. So we're gonna head to that, and hopefully he's not too hangry along the way. I am breaking my like cardinal rule of not bringing open mugs in the car because it's cold this morning, and I'm gonna spill it already. I really wanted some hot chocolate because I've been loving the healthy hot chocolate recipe that I shared, and so I brought my mug, but I know I'm gonna regret it because, like, what are the chances I make it to lobby without spilling this? Slim to none. Slim to none at best, I can show you. So while I'm waiting at the stoplight, because gotta hit all those in the morning, right? I'll share my recipe for this. I told you guys the other day, but it is 2 cups of Silk unsweet vanilla almond milk for a total of 60 calories with that, and that is plant-approved milk. And then I also have 2 tablespoons of Hershey's zero sugar syrup in it. And the thing that makes it amazing is 2 peppermint tea bags. So I steep the peppermint tea bags in the milk, do 2 tablespoons of the Hershey's zero. So the whole thing is 70 calories and so good. More stoplights. Apparently the stoplights don't care that I'm trying to get to Dollar General to penny shop at 8 a.m. before this therapy appointment, because all their Halloween candy goes on penny today. So it went straight from 25% off to penny, and we have 6 kids. Like, there's always a need for candy. Someone has something at school, someone has a birthday party. Like, I like to just keep it. Who cares if it's packaged Halloween? Most of the time, that's only on the outer package. Okay, so a lot of people ask me about penny shopping, and I always refer them to Christy's Connections over on YouTube. She's the best. There's several different ones, but that's where I get all my info. Usually things penny on Tuesday mornings at 8 a.m. And that is not always the case though. Like, all this Christmas shopping I've done penny shopping, they were like random things that just happened, so you had to follow the YouTube channel to know. But like, for example, this morning I mentioned all Halloween stuff is pennying, which I'm not terribly interested in except for the candy. But you scan everything in your app, and if you're not there at 8 a.m., you're likely not getting the stuff, especially Tuesdays when it's like a seasonal category, because everyone knows that that's when it happens, and people that penny shop are serious. Like, I'm gonna get here at 8:02, and I'm guessing there will be other people in there already trying to find it, but the employees are supposed to pull it before it pennies, so it's kind of like a little hunt to see who gets there first. So like, I just stopped at the Midway one because it's the one that I was gonna be closest to at 8 o'clock, and they didn't have anything. They had pulled it all, which they normally do. I could count on one hand how many times I've gotten pennies here. All right, had a little success there. I spent 16 cents. Here's my bag. I got some Halloween Reese's and some more little girl coin purses. My husband loves Reese's, so anytime I find Reese's on penny deal, I buy them. And for those of you wondering, no, they're not expired. They're just in seasonal packaging. These were like the werewolf branded ones. So, yeah. Okay, so this was from 3 stores today. They didn't have any big bags of candy, but I did get all of this for, it was under $1, 90 cents total maybe. Okay, Hot Mess Express here. I think I'm gonna bring you guys along on some of my Thanksgiving prep. I always get stressed out whenever I have to like pack the kids, like all of us, to go somewhere. It doesn't matter if it's 1 day or 7. Like, I feel like just having to pack everyone to leave the house is kind of crazy, especially when you have like church and dinner out and like 2 nice family meals. So anyways, I need to pack, but I also need to finish cooking for what I'm bringing to Thanksgiving. So I'm gonna show you guys what I'm making. I did some of it yesterday, so that was good. So I am, let's see, my mom's hosting Thanksgiving, so I only have a few things to make. So, oh, my fridge is so bad. Oh my goodness. I made the cranberry sauce. I made 2 of these containers, which that was like super easy to do. And then not as easy are my 2 apple pies that are gluten-free. They weren't hard. I just made the crust by hand, so it took a little bit. But I made those 2, and I froze them so that I could bake them off at her house and not like have to take all the ingredients. So that was what I started with yesterday. And that's what I'm bringing for the actual Thanksgiving meal. And then I am also in charge of our picnic lunch for tomorrow. So I'm gonna show you guys my tuna salad recipe, which is actually my mom's, although we have a controversial disagreement over the best way to do it. And then I'm gonna make a really fun recipe, which is Rice Krispie squares in the shape of pumpkin pies. So I'm gonna bring you guys along on that. And then what else am I making? Oh, I'm gonna make the viral cranberry spicy green dip. So I'm gonna bring you guys along on that. And then I just have to bring Sopapilla cheesecake and corn dip to my in-laws. But theirs is until Friday, so I just bought the ingredients for that and we're gonna drop it off at their house. So I think I'm gonna start with the tuna salad and show you guys that. The controversy in my family is how many eggs to put in, as well as I think more eggs than tuna. And also I like only dill relish, but my family likes half sweet, half dill. And since I'm making it for a picnic for all of them, I decided to go with the half sweet, half dill. These are not exact measurements. I just make it till it looks right. My mom's is 100 times always gonna be better than mine. It tastes different when she makes it. I don't know what she does different, but I follow like the same steps. Mine just never turns out as good. But it's my favorite tuna salad I've ever had in my whole life. Like, I don't like normal tuna salad or any seafood really, just this tuna salad. So I'm gonna show y'all. Okay, don't make fun of my mixing bowl. I don't know what happened to all my bowls. Like, I swear every time we move, like, I lose kitchen equipment and then it's a problem. This can be made in whatever ratio. I would say normal human ratio is like 2 or 3 cans, but I'm making this for my extended family. So I'm gonna do 5 cans of tuna. I always do the chunk light in water. This was on sale. So I'm just gonna open these, drain these, and put my 5 cans of tuna in my bowl. And then I think that you need, like, if there's 5 cans of tuna, I'm gonna do 6 eggs, which also don't laugh at me because I bought these pre-hard boiled and then I realized I wanted more eggs than that. So I boiled 2 more. So I've had the 6 kids home this afternoon by myself. So no judgment for my pre-boiled eggs. But for 5 cans of tuna, I'm gonna do 8 eggs. That's the controversial part in my family, but I like an eggy tuna salad. Extra protein, guys. Okay, so I've got my eggies here. If you don't have this egg cutter, one of them like this, it's just like the wire one. This is the best way to cut eggs for tuna salad. The texture makes a big difference. So it kind of like bloomin' onion style cuts them. So like I said, I'm gonna go in with 8 eggs, and this is 5 cans of tuna. It's really gonna bulk it up and give it lots of protein. Okay, so it has plenty of salt in it already because of the tuna, but I like to do some black pepper, especially because of the eggs. That's just to taste. I also like to use celery seed. I feel like it really ups the celery flavor. I like a lot. I also love the color, crunch, and texture, as well as flavor that actual celery gives. I like to use both the seed and the actual celery. And I'm just gonna finely dice this. The key is to get it small enough to still be crunchy, but not get like big bites of celery. This is probably like 4 stalks maybe, just finely chopped. All right, this is looking really good. Now it's onto the dressing. Okay, if I were making this just for myself, I would only use dill relish. I would not use sweet, but everyone else likes half and half. And we all agree that we like lots of relish. So probably gonna do like half of each of these jars, half dill, half sweet, for like a full jar of relish. Maybe not quite a full jar, but that's how we like it. It's very pickly. I feel like the relish makes it. And then I'm gonna use, I feel like that's why this is hard to recreate, is there aren't measurements, but I would guess like a cup of mayonnaise to start and a big squirt of mustard because I like a mustardy tuna. So I'll show you what the texture looks like when I get it just right, but usually I just keep adding and stirring. And the key is to let this sit overnight in the fridge. No, you don't need another one. That's what makes it look so good. And I think I might have been pretty close on this first try here. All right, so you're about to see this made a huge batch. This is the correct texture that you're going for. I ended up adding probably about a half a cup more of mayo and like 2 tablespoons more of relish to get to the consistency that I wanted. But it's perfectly like spreadable, but not dry. And we'll stir it up in the morning and see if I need to add anything else. But we're just gonna let this sit overnight in the fridge, marinate, and become the best tuna salad ever. Okay, when I saw these little pumpkin pie Rice Krispies on Pinterest, I knew I just had to try them. My extended family is having a picnic tomorrow, and so I figured I would bring these sweet little pie tins filled with delicious Rice Krispies. So I'm just going to spray my pie tin and make my normal Rice Krispies. I was going to make them in the microwave, but I didn't have a bowl big enough, and you'll see that come into play later. Right here, yeah, it wasn't big enough. I ended up having to pour it into the pot anyway, but I made normal ones for the crust, and then I just changed the color to orange using a little bit of food coloring for the innards so it could be super cute and look like pumpkin pie. So, you know, it's always messier than you think, and Mr. Baby Boo wanted to be on my chest today, so that was just how it was, and it slowed me down, but it's fine. Mom life, right? So I got the orange filling. I wish it could have been more vibrant orange, but it was hard to dye the Rice Krispies. And then I just used these big marshmallows as little dollops of cream. And I think they turned out really cute. What do you think? So I have been seeing this viral holiday cranberry dip all over the internet. And I'm going to try to make it a 12-ounce bag of cranberries going into my blender, like a 1/4 cup of sugar. So I'm going to put that in there and chop these up. Food processor was actually the right thing for this job, but I don't have one. So now we've resorted to chopping very finely with a very big knife. I need the juice of 2 lemons. I'm gonna chop up a bunch of cilantro, literally like a bunch, and 2 jalapenos, and a bunch of green onions. This looks so festive and so good. It sits in the fridge overnight. Sweet and savory on top of whipped cream cheese, gluten-free crackers. It's giving like cream cheese jelly vibes, but like even better. Yum.